residents. There was a zoning complaint that was submitted to the housing inspector back in July 2017 on the issue of the cars being on the residential property, the unregistered disabled vehicles. The response from the housing inspector was that we couldn't determine the boundary of the property because it hadn't been surveyed. Finally, as I submitted in the last meeting, we have a petition of 58 signatures of butters in the area that do not want this property changed to business highway. We are concerned, as was stated in the beginning of this meeting, is that zoning is not being enforced. We are afraid that there's going to be an expansion of what's happening in Mechanic Street with the water, the situation over there. We don't want to have activity at 5 o'clock in the morning of a business occurring, such as Stop and Shop is having right now. I believe a number of the council members know about that issue. In the early morning, Peapod loading up their trucks, and people in the surrounding area are already complaining about it. Finally, Dunkin' Donuts. Okay, I don't know if you've been there on Saturday morning around 8 o'clock, and there's cars in front of trying to get into the drive-through, and they're either waiting to turn in or they're parked in front of Navigate Credit Union. We have enough traffic issues. We don't need more. And finally, Mr. Russo's gracious enough to propose a buffer for the back. Where's the buffer for the front? What about the people that are in the residents on Victory Highway? They have no buffer. They're going to see the business highway.
Anyone else?
Chris Conley, K-O-N-E-Y.
Thank you.
34th of Vienna. Most of the things that I would like to
Please speak into the microphone. Thank you.
most of the things that I would like to talk about have been addressed by others, so there are other areas that I feel I need to address. I don't know what is going to be done or built on this so-called business highway. But what I know is this: if you go to my property, looking over to this proposed area, you will see something that is very, very bad. That if it were you who have that kind of property, you would not like it at all. It is. There are so many junk. It's like a junkyard over there. It should be a concern for everybody to know that these cars sitting there can leak oil, they can leak brake fluid oil or brake fluid, and whatever you can expect from fuel, like gasoline also, and so on. All this leakage can cause contamination with the well water. It can also, the thing is that gasoline has benzene in it, and benzene is not a very good material. It can cause, it can cause so many problems, health problems. First of all, this business that is next to the one that is being proposed, it hasn't been functioning very well for safety health reasons. It hasn't been done or handled very well. Just now as it is, I noticed that most of the cars have been moved from that area to Mount Pleasant area, near Mount Pleasant Road. So if you go there right now, it looks like there's no cars in this proposed business highway, but it's been there all the time. Just so few, before the last meeting, most of them were moved from that place. It should be something of concern to us because of what it can do to our drinking water. I also heard about that the town needs money, as according to what one of the previous speakers, one of them was saying that this would be very good for the town and so on. But the question is, we also pay taxes, and that should be taken into consideration. The fact that the town, it will be very good for the town to collect taxes doesn't mean that those who live in that area should be abandoned in their and their property values go down and their way of life be diminished. I don't think it's good that way. And all these things should be taken into consideration because the town can gain some few taxes from this, but we also paying taxes, and we like the place where we live, and we like it we just want to have just very good life like everybody else. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Maureen Montantonio, 31 Georgetown County. I noticed in this new proposal,
Mrs. Morgan, can you use the microphone, please?
I noticed in this new proposal that the business highway on one area is planning on going back 338 feet, the other area 284. Originally in this area, business highway only went back 200 feet. So, I mean, he thinks he's leaving a nice buffer here, but what about here? And basically, this should be like about this, not that. And Just one other comment that was made that Mr. Russo has always been a good neighbor. From what I view from 102 is numerous salvage cars that have no registration plates on them. And I find the same on Mount Pleasant. Now, these salvage cars, I'm sure, are leaking oil, gas, God knows what. And we are in a water recharge area. And it's all gravel. I've lived here 42 years. And we know gravel is like a city. So I'm very concerned about what has already gone on. And I hope it's not too late. And I really think maybe we should check some of the wells around here. As I believe there are some, well, Davis has a public well, and I believe there are other wells on, was that Main Street or whatever. But my concern mainly is the water. And also the expansion of the business highway. And really, most of us moved to North Smithfield for its rural quality. And that's how they did a survey years ago, and that's how the people that moved here wanted to stay. And I concur that people across the street from this would have no buffer. And because in his original proposal, he wanted to expand his business, which maybe he's changed his mind. How can we trust when he has all these salvage cars all over the place that won't continue and spread more like that?
Ms. Cotton, Tony, can I ask you a question? When Mr. Hall was there,
Yes.
he had some type of business also, or was it,
He was pole barns. He used to build pole barns.
okay, what was it?
Pole barns?
Hold on.
Yeah, pole at horses and stuff.
Okay, was there stipulations on that property at that time?
Yes, when they allowed him to put up the bigger building and go to a 50-foot buffer on the back, that was whatever he would have no outside storage. And he had to keep all that stuff inside his building. And that's why the neighbors agreed to allow the building to go beyond the 200-foot so we could have the eyesore. And those stipulations were supposed to be passed on with the purchase of the property, but nobody has ever enforced it. And a lot of these cars it's on residential land, and it shouldn't be these salvage cars on Mount Pleasant and at our 102, on residential land.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else?
Hi, I'm Christine Conway, 7 Sunnycrest. And my question is the number 15. And the way I'm looking at it, when they buy parcel C, they'll close down this hourglass, and any buffer that might have been here for this residential property would now just expand more business. And I was just looking for clarification if that's what would happen, and also state that it is a concern.
Ms. Conlon, that's why they posed those questions up front, because on the plan that was dated 12/13, it shows it being a contiguous triangular shaped lot.
Right.
And that's why I wanted for the record what time these were submitted when the plans were changed.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
All right, man, hold that up and speak loudly.
If I can. I had trouble hearing everyone, so I may be redundant.
State your name and address, please.
Can you hear me now?
Can you
state your name and address for the...
Jim Martintoni.
Thank you.
I didn't hear, I was trying to hear what people were saying, so I may be redundant. I heard about the aquifer, which I know all about. In the aquifer, in 2007, somebody wanted to build on with absolute glasses, and because of the aquifer and because of the type of business they were in, which they wanted to service for vehicles, the zoning board denied that because of the aquifer zone. And that's where absolute glass is today. So this isn't anything new. In fact, I'm just picking up a few of the things. Some of these areas where people are getting in property, the zoning board has denied it because the access wasn't big enough. So I'm just picking on things that I heard. Now, I also heard Tommy McGee say, my girlfriend Tommy McGee, saying that he cares about what happens across the street from him. So do I care, so does Russo care, so does everybody care. And a lot of things that happen, none of us were aware of. I was never aware of how the groundwater and the gravel, first time it happened to me was when I was audited by the state, because I was in construction, and they wanted to know if I had pressure treating lumber on my property, because that would go right into the gravel and get into the groundwater. So we're very concerned with that, because we go to Gators. We're very concerned what's happening across the street with all the vehicles that have crashed and the oils and stuff come out and go into the ground. As my wife said, we hope it isn't too late. And we had a case like this happen. In fact, Paul Leclerc reminded me of this on Pond Hill Road, the North Smithfield recycle. They had to put, that was a recycling automotive place, and this is what happened. There were all these test walls all around it, the EPA, and he said, you know, we're going to take care of the water, which is what we have left. Now I'm going to jump over to the residents across the street. That gentleman says he pays $6,000 a year in taxes. I looked up the tax, what people were paying and the values. I mean, he's paying his fair share. I don't know you're going to put across the street that's almost going to give you the same amount of money unless you put a house, something similar to that. And as he said, and I have to agree with him, you know, if you just put a mall in or something like that, it's going to affect his value. When they say it's consistent in the area, you have, the only place that you don't have a house is where Russo has his property right now. On the other side, and across the street and the back room is all residential. So it's important to keep that in mind. And, oh yeah, the other thing, they were talking about the telephone in front of the property. Who wants to build a house in front of that? Well, we have graveyards in Green Road that people came to us and they wanted a variance and they wanted to build 2 houses on it. And there's a graveyard right there and they got the houses in the back. I don't think that type of thing would hurt with a few bushes around it. I think the graveyard has a greater impact. And those houses sold. I just want to tell people what can sell. And that's basically, I think, what I picked up. And the name of the company that was on was CPR Auto. That was the one that the zoning board denied because of the aquifer zone. And I looked in the aquifer zone, and I'm well familiar with the aquifer zone, and it plays a major part in what really happens on that land and how you zone it. And I'm not saying it should never be zoned, but it should be zoned correctly. And I think if you had like a business highway zone, maybe somebody talked about this, versus a business neighborhood. In a business highway zone, there's approximately 63 uses that it can have. And if it went to a business neighborhood zone, with the proper, all these things, it'd be 20 less things they could put there, which would be more palatable to the neighbors. I'm not knowing what they would do, but at least we got 20 less to start off with. What can I say? 40 less. That's a lot.
Mr. Moffitt,
From one zone to another.
I respect your zoning knowledge, because you've been about zoning and built throughout the town for decades. Business highway, you said there's 53 uses. Sorry.
Pretty soon my father, hearing aid, I'm wearing my glasses. If I could live that long. Yes.
53?
It's 40 in the business highway zone versus the residential zone. There's 65 or 3, depending on how I see it, more uses they can have. in the business highway zone, is 40 less. That's a big difference.
Business neighborhood, 20.
In the recharge area, everybody who doesn't have it, Mr. Russo and my property is in the recharge area. We live rather close. So it's rather important what happens there. And if you get an overview and some of the things that the EPA says that it's not good to have in the recharged area, the most important thing is automobiles, and the last thing is funeral services. My business is like eighth, construction. But the top of the list is automobile maintenance and body shops. That's the top of the list. And recharged area, according to EPA. These are all EPA things. So it's important what we do and how we protect them. In the aquifer zone, they don't try to put anybody out of business within it. Okay? They have a process and things they have to do and things they can't do. So it isn't like this because you have this zone and you have this thing that they want to put everybody out of business. They just make them come to a certain standard and they have to abide by it. I think, is there any other questions? I think I said enough.
Anybody else?
Someone to the back.